Hi everyone, this is Megan Bunsall, your cancer expert, and I'm the owner and CEO of Cancer Peace University, where it is our goal to set you free from the fear of cancer. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about genetic factors, factors, and certain cases of breast cancer related to gene mutations. We're going to be talking specifically about the BRCA mutations and how it's been correlated to cancer, specifically breast cancer, and what epigenetic factors can help stimulate the mutated BRCA genes. 5 to 10% of all cancers have been found to be hereditary. Now, many people feel that this number is low, but the study of epigenetics has opened the eyes of the scientific world and the research community to the reality that genetic factors can be modified by lifestyle changes, even changes to internal processing habits, emotions, and thought patterns. Let's learn a little bit more about the BRCA gene mutation. BRCA is a tumor suppressor gene, and there are two different forms of BRCA, BRCA1 and BRCA2. BRCA1 is typically a gene mutation that shows up earlier in someone's life through a breast cancer diagnosis, and BRCA2 is a type of genetic mutation correlated with a later breast cancer diagnosis. Dr. Dean Ornish performed a study on epigenetics at the University of California. He's an MD and clinical professor at the University of California. And he found how lifestyle changes could alter the expressions of genes in the body. In the study, participants improved their nutrition, started performing moderate exercise on a regular basis, they learned certain stress management techniques, and they increased their social support and social connection. And after a few months, over 500 genes in their body had altered or changed based on those lifestyle modifications. Thus, genes do not determine the destiny of your health. BRCA1 mutations and BRCA2 mutations can occur in the body and have been found to be correlated with 5% of all breast cancer diagnoses. In women, BRCA mutations have been correlated with breast cancer, ovarian cancer, pancreatic cancer, and fallopian tube cancer. In men, BRCA mutations, the silencing of the tumor suppressor gene BRCA, has been correlated with pancreatic cancer and prostate cancer. And when these genes are silenced or mutated, they cannot help with tumor suppression as their genetic code allows them to do. And this can lead to proliferative growth and the growth of cancer cells, growth that is unchecked in the body. Thus, let's learn about the epigenetic factors that have been found to stimulate and support someone with a BRCA mutation. First, we want to look at Chinese skullcap, a plant that has also herbal remedies, herbal formulations from it. Chinese skullcap contains a phytonutrient called woganin. Woganin has been found to cause apoptosis or cell death in BRCA mutated breast cancer cells. Also, woganin in Chinese skullcap have been found to slow down the body's response to estrogen, which can be very helpful during an ER-positive breast cancer diagnosis. We also want to look at Ginostine. Ginostine, or fermented soy, in a supplement form from a proper source, has been found to stimulate BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes to help when they're in a mutated state. Now, you need to be careful with soy because American soy products are typically GMO'd. Also, American soy products are typically not fermented the 5 summers necessary to create a nutrient-dense food product. In Japan, they do properly prepare soy, and soy is a safe and even nutrient-dense food to consume. However, in America, with soy being genetically modified and soy also typically not being fermented in the proper manner, soy can have a negative impact on the health of the body instead of a positive impact. Indole 3 carbinol is another epigenetic factor that has been found to stimulate BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes in the body. And when indole 3 carbinol, which is a derivative from cruciferous vegetables, and ginostine were combined together, they were more effective than separate in stimulating BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes. And we also need to look at exercise. So, moderate exercise was found to reduce the risk of developing breast cancer in BRCA1 and BRCA2 mutation carriers. In Poland, BRCA1 carriers had less expression of breast cancer than BRCA1 carriers in North America, leading researchers to believe that lifestyle alterations caused modifications to the genetic expression and reduce the risk of breast cancer. Vitamin D has been found in studies to reduce the risk of BRCA carriers to develop triple negative breast cancer by having optimal levels of vitamin D in the blood, which would be 70 to 80 units in the blood at a time. And in Minnesota, we obviously need to supplement vitamin D. And we also need to look at things to avoiding aluminum in deodorants and avoiding BPA in plastic water bottles because they can have a negative effect on BRCA1 and BRCA2 carriers, and foods that can help stimulate BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes include Arctic char, arugula, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, collard greens, also halibut, herring, turmeric, walnut oil, watercress, watermelon, zucchini, cucumbers, and many other food sources can help stimulate BRCA1 and BRCA2. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are a holistic practitioner and you want to become a holistic cancer expert, email me at cancerpeaceuniversity@gmail.com to enroll for our August 2021 class, or PM me to enroll now.